Hi everybody, I'm Yasmin. I'm asexual and this is Snap Out Loud. What does asexuality mean to you? Well, for me, asexuality just means that I don't experience sexual attraction towards anyone regardless of their gender. I'm also aromantic, so I don't experience romantic attraction either. And yeah, both of those experiences kind of overlap a lot. And it's not, there are lots of asexual people that aren't aromantic. There are aromantic people that aren't asexual. Everything's a spectrum, those things included. For me, I'm just aroace, as they say. What is the biggest misconception that people have about asexuality? The main gist of it is that people think that asexuality means that there must be something physically or mentally wrong with you, that it's a physical disorder or a psychological disorder. It is still a pathologized orientation, so that has a lot of knock-on effects, and I think people often think that it's some kind of personality flaw as well, like that it's a reflection of your aversion to other people, or you think you're too good for anybody, or you just haven't found the right person yet, or you just have some kind of hang up, which means that you don't experience sexual attraction to other people. But it's literally just a type of sexual orientation. It has no bearing on anything else about you, and it's not a reflection of any other physical or mental or personality trait that you have. How did learning more about yourself and being open impact your friendships and relationships with others? It was quite beneficial because I think that when I was younger, I wasn't really able to come out as asexual, and that wasn't through a lack of trying. It was just that nobody really believed me. So I tried to come out and then kind of stopped doing that. That kind of became kind of weird because I felt like I was very much living like a complete double life. So when I was kind of able to be my entire self, that was good because then I could just be more honest with my friends and filter out the ones that didn't get it and connect to more people that did get it. And it definitely made my social lives and relationships a lot more fulfilling, and they felt a lot more legitimate. Were there any films that influenced you in coming out or becoming more comfortable with your sexuality? When I see things where the focus is very much on how important the sexual attraction you're experiencing is, and how central that is to who you are as a person, and how necessary that is to develop yourself and your relationships with other people, it's a bit of an alienating concept. So I've always kind of not being drawn to things that place that much emphasis on it. I mean, I've never really connected much to existing asexual representation, not that there is much anyway, but whenever a character is kind of coded as being asexual, it's usually in a sort of negative way. It's usually because they're kind of sociopathic or something. It's usually like it is meant to be an example of how their lack of connection to other people manifests. So it's usually not depicted in a very positive way, but whenever asexuality is explicitly depicted, it's always just white people. Like the preference for asexuality is very white. People do not associate that with Black people at all. And so that was kind of one of the reasons why it was so hard for me to come out, because even though people around me at the time did accept that asexuality was real, they didn't accept that it was real for someone who's Black, and thus the coming out process was wholly unsuccessful. So I've never really felt very connected to examples of asexual representation in the media, and that was kind of what motivated me to start filling this space myself. What's a message of hope for people watching who are just starting to celebrate themselves? Especially for people who are asexual, is just that you're okay, and it's not something that is going to negatively impact your life. I think that in society, you're always told that, you can only live like filling example of the human experience if you are experiencing sexual attraction in a particular way. And even within the message of pride and stuff, it can be very centered on your empowerment as a person only being about, being sexual with other people. And so yeah, my message of hope would just be that, asexuality is not a limitation. You can live a perfectly whole, fulfilling, connected life while being asexual, and you can still have incredible relationships with yourself and with other people. This is Snap Out Loud. Happy Pride.